back by popular demand, and I've separated. I am making money A to Z with self-storage unit auctions, available as a signed copy. You have to get it from me. I'm making some moves. I'm kind of moving away from Amazon. Stuff will still be there, but to get the better deals, you have to come to me. The link will be below. Just hit that and you can get the book. And there's a lot of other good stuff that's coming the rest of this year. So just letting you know, that's one of the deals. Oh, if you're going to join the storage auction contest, you have 2 weeks. That's right, 2 weeks to get in. I like what you're doing. Just keep sending them. And going to make the judgment the 16th and put out the winners. And then we're going to rock and roll from there. Hey, this is Glenda with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions. The title of this segment, My Name is Art. Another lovely tale of the Peter Street Saga. One of the things that I liked about Peter Street was you never knew what you were going to get there. It's a lot of frustration if you have to buy a unit that's up on the top floors and have to deal with that creaky, cranky elevator. But it's a whole nother thing when you go on that first level and you get to one of those big rooms. Bought this room. It was really, really strange because I bought it for the mattresses. And just to let you know, mattresses are very hard to sell. Back in the day, no problem. None at all. Peter Street is a really, really crazy place. And if you've ever been there, it may scare you. You may never ever go back. But there's a lot of good stuff there. One of my favorite reasons to go into Peter Street was you had essentially people bringing their belongings from all over Atlanta. From the back end of Buckhead to downtown Atlanta. There were not a lot of storage facilities in the area, so you had anything and everything. You had your Buckhead socialite to your Bankhead drug dealer storing their stuff in Peter Street. So the mix was really, really crazy. And it's just good stuff. Now, if you have to deal with the elevator, going upstairs, it can get a little dicey at times. You know, the elevator may not work. And just know, if you were in Atlanta and you're going to buy something at Peter Street, whatever you think your load time is going to be, double it or triple it. So if you think it's going to be 30 minutes, it's going to be an hour and a half. If you think it's going to be an hour, it's going to be 3 hours. Just know that. Give yourself extra time. I used to just load Peter Street. It would be the only thing I would do that day. Just in case, you know, it became a little cranky. But one of the things about buying at Peter Street is you've got the upper floors and then that main floor. And on that main floor, there's some big rooms. You don't have to worry about the elevator and you're in and out. I used to love getting stuff there. There was this room. They opened up the door and I thought it was a 10 by 10 and it turned out to be one of their hook rooms, a 10 by 20. But I bought it strictly for the mattress set. There was this big, beautiful pillow top mattress, double pillow top, and I could see enough of it to see it was clean. And they actually had moving blankets under it, and I could say, okay, they actually moved this and didn't mess up the edges. Then I could see the headboard right there behind. It was modern furniture because the headboard was really thin, and I saw chrome accents on the edges. So I said, okay, this is a hot set. And I just started bidding, and you know, other people kind of looking. That's really the only thing you could see because you had the mattress, the headboard, and there was boxes and stuff, and you really couldn't tell what was in there. And it was clean. The room was clean. And Dave wasn't there, so I didn't pay a lot. I only paid $400 for it. And it was such a nice room. I started messing with it that day because normally, you know, with Peter Street, you have to come back. But since it was on the main level, hey, my truck was empty. I just backed the truck up to the dock and just started moving stuff. And got one of the crackheads to help me with the mattress. And holy moly, man. We moved that mattress and I thought I was in a freaking art gallery. I'm telling you, this guy had one of those lofts in Castleberry Hill area, Peter Street. Oh my God. I mean, we pull the mattress out and there are like, you know, what I thought to be dozens and dozens. When it was all said and done, it was 150 pieces of art ranging from paintings, high acrylics, to nice sculpture, all original stuff. This stuff was beautiful. And you know, and this was one of those, you know, first units that I got that's like, how can you lose this stuff? I mean, it was just great. I had no problem selling any of that stuff. None of it. Put it on Craigslist, that stuff was going. People were coming, they were getting 10, 20 pieces, and I wasn't selling it cheap either. I mean, there were some prices on it because eventually he was a dealer connoisseur, because he had his furniture and stuff in there, which was the bomb. It was the... I kept some of that stuff for a long time. Recently, maybe 2 years ago, I sold some of it. But it was just, this guy had serious taste. I mean, I don't know how he lost it, but I actually sold some of those paintings for $200 to $600 because there was this one that was literally 9 feet long, 3 feet wide. Perfect to go over a sofa. That thing was awesome. It had all this burnt orange and everything. It was an abstract piece. Oh yeah, I took commercial art for 4 years in high school, so I know a little something about art, just a little bit. And I just knew this guy had, you know, he had the serious stroke technique. I'll tell you, that unit, when it was all said and done, it was like almost $9 grand. And if at that point I had my store, which I didn't have a store at that point because it was selling at the flea market, I probably could have doubled that. That's how hot this stuff was. And then, you know, the bedroom set, he had a really nice modern glass coffee. He had Namaguchi coffee table sets, real Namaguchi coffee table sets. And just really sweet stuff. This unit was clean. I mean clean. Clean. So fresh and so clean, like Outcast would say. It was ridiculous. And you know, I didn't really find much in the way of personal goods or personal effects. I had no clue to what happened with this guy, and when I Googled him, I couldn't find much. Based on the name that was on the rental agreement. What I'm thinking is, there's two different people. Someone rented the unit for this guy, or got his stuff and put it in there, and who he is, I have no idea. But this is what can happen to you when you get into business. There are so many cool things. There's so many wonderful things that you can get. And yes, you can get junk. You can get a lot of junk. You can get terrible junk. But when you get something sweet, man, it makes up. It seriously, it makes up for the garbage units. It does. You're like, okay, and this is why I do this. This is why I do it, because, woo, man, I'm tingling because that, I mean, I love some of that stuff. I kept a lot of that stuff for years. You know, I kept the best of the best because it was super hot. And you know, that's the deal. You know, Peter Street isn't all bad. It's kind of scary. You know, I got stuck in the elevator. I've had crackheads mess with me, but just know, you go to Peter Street, you can luck up every now and then. All right, this is Glendon. We're making money with storage unit auctions.